Hi. Okay, Mr. Sajad, we are live.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Hope you had a very good Forex week. Although I am not that satisfied, the market was quite choppy, and actually, it's beginning of the year, so we all can expect a little bit of this kind of situation. But anyway, we look forward for a very good trading year, and today is our first weekly webinar. We hope to conduct this every Friday, and hope you're gonna like it. Yes, Mr. Asim, I wanna add anything?
Hi, everyone. Hope you are doing well, and hopefully it was a very nice trading week for you guys. This is, as Sajad said, it's our first webinar. We will be taking you through some of the forex and some of the commodities for the next week, which is 8 January up till 8 from 8 January to 12th January. So we will be discussing all the possible movement in the market, and we will be giving you a good idea about how the market may move next week, which will help you to trade positively and earn some good profits throughout the week. Okay, so we are going to start from
Okay, okay, Mr. Asim. So here we go. First of all, we go with the US dollar index. I would advise all of you to, whenever you are watching any chart, you do compare with the US dollar index, because if the dollar index is going up, so mostly currencies and commodities are going down. So there's a correlation between them. So it's very important you have a very good know-how of dollar index. So here you can see the daily chart of dollar index. It's been a very harsh couple of days for the dollar. It's sliding all the way. Today it just did a little better, and I can assume that from the next week you can see that the dollar will go start going up. So you just keep a very good eye on that. If we see the weekly chart, here you can see in weekly chart, although it's coming down, and but I expect that from Monday to Wednesday it might just climb a bit, and then end of week it we can see a little decline. But it also depends on financial data and political situation. We can expect some good news regarding US dollar. So most of the opinions are like it's going to retracement for the US dollar.
Sajad. I would just like to add you, if you can see the few weeks that it has been touching the one of the week's lowest one,
Yeah.
just in the middle. If you can see, it's the greenest one. In the I think it's few weeks back.
Okay.
Uh, it's at that level. So I think it's gonna go up from next week.
Okay.
What do you suggest? If any news are not gonna come, we may see another week of green candle in the US dollar index.
Yes, it's most probably going to happen, but we should also look for this weekly support. So maybe it can touch first 91.30 and then start going up.
Yeah.
But today, the market did quite well if we can see the US dollar. So this is a very good sign of reversal. So Monday morning we might see a dollar up. The market can
Maybe a
even.
big gap you can expect to that the dollar will open with a big gap, right?
Yes.
With a high price, which will give a lot of US dollar pairs that might that would be having a very good impact on the market for dollar, isn't it?
Yeah, we can expect that. Okay, so we move on to the gold. Well, the gold has been so good for the couple of weeks. You can see such a big move. This rally was such a huge. We were expecting that it will start retracing from here, but it went all this way, and it will now depend on today's candle. If it closes in red, so we can expect a decline starting from the Monday.
But Sajad, I would suggest, because in the current trend, it's a very strong current bullish trend, right? And
Right.
the bulls are taking over the market for the gold against the dollar. So it
Yeah.
seems like, if you see the second, we are watching a daily. So like 2 days before, there is a red candle and then there is another green, right?
Yeah.
We might kind of expect some buying dips actually.
Okay.
What do you think? Because our RSI on daily chart is also high, it's about 70, and the
Yeah.
oscillators are indicating that it we can expect some red candles. But what do you do? Can you can we expect another buy candle which may go up to, let's say, 1349, or maybe what's your opinion? Because I'm seeing it from current location, as you said as well. It there is a probability that it will drop.
Yeah.
It may not
Well,
go
in,
to 1349 or something. It will retrace from 1321.
well, if we just look on the previous candles, you can see like the market never goes, like this all the way. It's very rare for the market.
Yeah, it went really
So
high. It was unexpected, to be really honest. If
yeah,
you check
yeah,
all the
yeah,
chart on daily basis, but in the start of December, the bulls were taking really high as well.
yeah.
If you look into December start, it was also a very very bullish market for gold, and also the January.
Yeah.
You
So overall, what I see, I cannot like disagree. It's a bullish trend. So going against the trend will be a bit risky. I can even show you the weekly chart. So if you
Mhm.
see the weekly chart, it's already for the last 4 weeks it's up, and we might expect like the next Friday it can just touch this level or even above this. But
Mhm.
in my view, for a few days, it also depends. Like if this candle closes in red, so we can expect like retracement for until 1293. So, but later on, yeah, then it can just start going up again.
But Sajad, there is a very strong resistance which I can feel. It's going up to 1-3 from last 2-3 days. It's trying to go to a resistance level where it is 1324, and it's bouncing back from there. If you can take your cursor on yesterday highest level, it's
Yeah,
showing a very very yesterday one,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the one
It's
green next
sorry,
one.
sorry.
Yeah. So the
Okay.
highest one there on 4th January was 1324, around 12326. There is a strong resistance I feel, because it has been bouncing back from last 2 days. So we might expect a reversal of the trend.
Yeah, if I can draw a line for you,
Please, if you can do so. Thank you.
you can just bring it here, and you can see this. You can see this. It has been, rejected from here. So we can also see that. That's why I'm saying we can have, retracement for a couple of
If
days,
on
and then it
Monday, if on Monday, I think if the dollar gets strengthened, we might see a red candle in the trend, another red candle. But right now, it's forming like a doji, or not a doji. It's actually like a hammer candle, right?
yeah, inverted hammer. So
Inverted hammer, yes, yeah.
yeah, so we can expect some retracement, and but it's the market. We can never say 100%, but it looks to me like we can. I mean, the market can retrace until 1290, or until this level 1294, even here 1276.
Hmm.
So anything is possible.
Yeah, but
So
I
let's
believe the gold might retrace
yeah,
back, because it has did several attempts to go high,
yeah.
above 1326, but it did not manage to went above this one. So,
But
in my opinion, I would say I expect by myself. that it will form a bearish momentum by next week.
Okay, but overall, it's a very strong momentum. So we can expect the highest price around 1349 or 50.
Yeah.
So we trade carefully. We will just keep an eye on the market and trade accordingly.
Yeah, sure, sure. It's great.
Okay, yeah. So next we move on to the Euro USD. Okay. So here's euro. I was expecting actually for euro, for the last couple of days. You can see my line here. From here, I was just expecting that it might start going down, but this last week, you can see last 5 days, euro has really done well, and it went up, but because of today's NFP, we can now see it's closing in red. So, but I'm still like thinking that it can go, from
But
Monday it can
Sajjad,
start
I
going
think
down.
non-farm payrolls don't have a huge impact today. Normally, there is a very huge impact on the dollar.
Yeah.
It gets strength on every non-farm payroll. But this time I don't see any huge impact. There was not, apart from US dollar and Canadian dollar. The pair had a very huge drop. But apart from that one, there was no other impact, and it was kind of negative impact.
Actually, what we see that like fundamental analysis and technical analysis both have value, no? So fundamentally, yes, there was like it was a weak data, not that good, but on technical levels, the dollar is also at too low level that it needs to go up. So that's why we saw the dollar coming back again.
Sure.
And in the same way, like euro, almost like euro is just doing well, but on technical levels now it's time to go down
For
for
the
the
retracement.
dollar.
So we do
Yeah,
expect a retracement down.
yeah.
So the
So
bearish
at least
momentum may take in
at least I'm
come.
expecting like the market can go until 1.1929.
Mhm.
Yeah, and even more. So this is my review about the
I
euro.
think from next week, Sajad, the market, the dollar may gain something due to if the dollar gains value, then all the US dollar pair may come down. But do you think
Yeah.
there is strong momentum in the dollar index that it may strengthen all the dollar, or any other political stability may cause the dollar to be strengthened? Because the dollar seems to be at a very weak point from couple of weeks actually.
Like any government cannot afford a very low value currency. So definitely when the balance is not equal, so then the political uh, government take over, and they might just introduce few policies. So because of that, dollar can go up for a few days, even for weeks.
Sure.
Even I was expecting like end of December it should have gone up, but anyway, I hope until end of January we see a very strong dollar again.
Yeah, we are hoping for that, and let's hope for the those people who have already some open positions and who are selling euro USD pair. So I think there will be a good news for them for a short term, most probably, that the dollar may get strengthened, and they may secure some good profits, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so we move on to GBP dollar.
Mm-hmm.
I have a very interesting chart actually. It's a 1 year chart of
Wow.
GBP USD. Yeah, I'm following GBP for the last 1 year, and if you can see the price just starts rallying to this price and then comes back, and all the way it's almost in the up channel.
Yeah, it's from last 1 year. It's on the up channel,
Yeah,
but I think due to Brit exit, there was a drop in the GBP.
yeah, that
Is
was
it
a very
possible?
big drop. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very big drop though.
Yeah, but right now, if we see the fundamentals like euro and UK, they are about to. reach an agreement where they can start some positive things. So in long term, I expect like the GBP can even go to 1.4 and above. If
Mm-hmm.
I can show you the monthly chart, yeah, it's here. Like it's my target is even like end of year, it might even touch 1.7. But
But
let's say
Sajjad,
if
if
we,
you see the technical analysis, technically, I mean the GBP, as I can see the short stick oscillators down the graph, it's
yeah.
at a very high level. Don't you see any retracement in this one in for a short term?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. We expect in. I'm just talking about the long term, but
Hmm.
if you see in the short term, like here you see the December ended up, making this inverted hammer.
Yeah,
So it's a clear sign for the reversal. So we
yeah.
might expect, like GBP first going
Also, we
to,
saw we saw an inverted hammer in the gold as well, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
So we can expect GBP, before going up, it can even again come back to 1.33 or even lower. But I'm looking, at the end of year, it's going to do very well.
sure. Yeah, GBP is a strong currency actually against the dollar or any other pair. GBP is a strong currency and it has been always at a good level. Apart from some political instability that has put the dollar down to a very lowest level, but in general, it's doing really well from last months. You know, in fact, in
Okay.
last year it has been going at an uptrend.
Asim, I personally like GBP USD pair very good because when it moves very smoothly. Like it's not that boring. Although sometimes it just moves, like a wild horse.
Yeah,
But there's a good movement. You can make good pips. So I would recommend. I mean, if you have a very good knowledge of GBP's movement, you can try to trade if you haven't tried yet. Okay, so next we move to Australian dollar. Even then, let's see.
Sajjad, I can see from last, if you see a daily daily charts
Yeah,
on all USD pairs, major USD pairs, there's a very strong bullish trend going on, and
yeah,
the technical indicators are also flattened. You know, if you
yeah, yeah.
see
You can
from
see
last
this.
few days,
Yeah,
look at short stick oscillator and the average moving of the short stick oscillator. It has been above 80. It's at 99, which is something really unrealistic, to be really honest.
yeah. You will never see, this very often. If you can see the chart, yeah, I mean, it just happens, only a few times. So, well, this was a very good move by all other currencies, just because of the US dollars, weakness. So that's why it's supposed to, retrace now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So same
well,
like your,
please go on. Sorry.
yeah, same like euro and gold. I would say again, like although it's going up, and even it might touch around here 0.7887, but in the coming few days or weeks, Australian dollar is gonna go down.
You mean the pair is
Yes,
gonna go down, right?
yeah, all US pairs.
Actually, nearly all the pairs. If you start from gold, EXA USD, Euro USD, GBP USD, they're actually at a very strong resistance level, right? And most of them are forming inverted hammers or doji candles on daily and on weekly basis.
Yeah, actually, you know
So
why? Sorry to interrupt you, Asim. It's because like investors are not ready to go up for more. Buyers are exhausted here, so
hmm.
that's why we are seeing these kind of candles.
Yeah,
So it's
actually, the buyers are also not kind of risking. You know why? Because they might they're expecting that the momentum may get loose and a reversal may happen, which in fact that they may lose some money on the market. Not some. If once the reversal will start, it's gonna for the buyers, it's gonna be really hard to come back because it may take another 1 or 2 weeks to get them to the same level.
Actually, Mr. Asim, like it's never advisable to buy at the top. I always tell my students never buy at tops. At least you wait for the retracement and then buy. And
I'm
if I,
also one of your students, right?
yeah, yeah, and if honestly I tell you, I lost some money in this month because I've been waiting. Like I wasn't, like convinced to go up, and I tried a few, anti-trend trades, and I lost because of that. But it was, like a very unbelievable kind of situation for me. Like I mean, here or here, I just expected it will move down, move back, but it kept going. So let's see the next week how it goes.
Yeah, but I expect a very, very good reversal for all USD pairs. Uh, you know,
Yeah.
so thumbs up. Let's hope for the best for US dollar to be a strongest level so that we can see a very good momentum in all US dollar pairs.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Let's move on to New Zealand dollar.
yeah,
Okay, so here's New Zealand dollar. Same story. You can
yeah, a
see,
very, very
and
strong
even
uptrend
you can see
actually.
from here. Yeah, but you can see the candles. Like the buyers are too reluctant, to go up. But once it starts going up, then nobody can stop it. But at least like you can expect some reversal. Even I took a trade here today. I was expecting it will go down a bit, but I wasn't that successful here. So, but it's very near to the resistance level now from I
I
think
think the
point four.
resistance is at 0.72048, right?
Yeah, right. So on Monday we can expect like the market can go up, touch this, and then drop quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So be prepared if anybody is interested in selling New Zealand dollar.
Sure.
Yeah. And I would also like to share the weekly chart of New Zealand dollar. Here you can see if we see the New Zealand dollar in weekly chart, it's such a strong uptrend.
Uptrend, a
And
really, really strong turn, and it may go really high if you see.
yes, yes, but then I just think like the U.S. government or like any other government, even for some countries, the higher value of the currency is not very good. So sometimes their central banks then they try to think about inflation or something. So they have to keep the balance. Actually,
Hmm.
yeah.
I would like to tell some of the people who are joined in and watching us live that currently that we are watching all the US dollar pairs against the dollar. So the pairs that you see is gold, euro, USD, GBP, USD, AUD, and the indicators we are having on the screen are short stick oscillator, and we have got a candlestick on which the charts that we are viewing is on weekly and daily and hourly basis actually. So it was just an update for those who has just logged on to us. Yes, please, Mr. Sajad.
Okay.
Thank you.
So let's move to the next currency pair, and it's USD Canadian dollar.
Mhm.
It's also one of my favorite pair. If you can see, once the best thing about Canadian dollar is once it starts going, and then it makes clear trends. Although it moves very slowly, but when it starts, it just keeps going.
Mhm.
Well, about the Canadian dollar, I would say today, as we saw the Canadian data with NFP, so and even the oil prices in last few days went up. So the Canadian dollar came quite down, and I think from here, even the next week, like my view is like it might start going up from the Monday. The reason why I'm telling you is because I can see the weekly chart, and it's almost around a very good support area. So, but in a, if we see for another week, it might even touch 1.2137.
I
But
believe,
I strongly
Sajad, it will
believe,
come down to one point. The 3 days, if you can bring on to the chart,
yeah,
it's 1.1, 1.21568
yeah,
actually.
yeah. At weekly chart,
I believe that it's gonna come to this level, and then it will start to move up again.
actually,
Uh,
for the end of week, we can see this price, but from Monday to Tuesday, and even on Wednesday, we might see some retracement. If
sure,
I can
sure.
show you the daily chart again, or even I would like to go with the 4 hour chart. Here you can
On
see,
4 hour chart, I think it's
yeah,
forming a really,
yeah,
really good bullish momentum. I think.
yeah, yeah. But you can see here, here is this place you can see. So we might, have some retracement from here. That's my personal view. And otherwise, end of week, it might, just come to this level.
Hmm.
Yeah. So just need a little extra care when we are trading Canadian dollar, because we have to keep in mind about the US dollar index price. And then also we have to be aware of the oil prices, because if the oil prices go up, then Canadian dollar, USD CAD starts moving down. So we need to be very careful when trading Canadian dollar. But it's a very good
The
pair.
people, our viewers would like to know one point which you just said, is that when the Canadian dollars, when the oil prices go up, the Canadian dollar
Goes
uh,
down.
moves down. So
Yeah.
what's the connection, and what's that? Why it happens actually? It's a very good
Actually,
point, and we can give to a good idea to those people who have just joined us and who are watching us.
okay. Actually, Canada is rich in oil and other resources too, even like precious stones, and their economy is also doing very well. So, if the oil prices are up, the USD CAD pair is down,
Mhm.
or if it's down, so it goes up. So every time we trade Canadian dollar, we have to keep in mind the oil prices too.
All right, all right. It's a good point actually.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, please go on, Sujat. I'm
Okay.
also listening to you.
Okay. 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 So the next pair is USD JPY.
Today I'm quiet. I'm just listening to you.
Okay. So, and another thing, guys, it's our first webinar, so we are also a bit, how to say, like a bit confused. But slowly we will just, polish, and we will try to give you the best of the views, and try to make you understand in the simplest languages. So please. Okay, so as for USD JPY is concerned, I wasn't expecting this move actually. It was coming down very nice, and if I can just make it a little bigger and draw a line, then you can see, like this price range, like 114 is a very key price. Like it starts touching this, but on the price keeps rejecting, how many times it has been rejected. So from here it was expected that it will go to around 110 and below, even 109 or even 108, but it has done very well, especially today. It went quite high. So my view is that, like, Japanese yen can do much better in the next week, and also because the US dollar will be stronger, so we can expect the price again touching 114, and this time it might, break the resistance. What do you say, Mr. Asim?
Well, I think you're right. I would agree with you on this point because I most of my analysis are depending on short stick oscillator and RSI. Uh, so I believe the short stick oscillator is just in the middle, and it's at 51.81. So yes, it will break. There is a very high chances that our resistance, the resistance of 114, sorry, my apologies, 114 would be breaking actually, and it might go very high, and it may touch another highest level of above, 1.1115 or above.
Okay, okay. I think you're right, and we can again see it tried so many times. So this time it might just break, and even who knows, like end of
Well, but I would say,
2018,
in the pair, when it's momentum like
it's
this, yeah, Sajad, sorry, I cut
mm-hmm.
you off. But if you see the momentum in
No,
the USD JPY, or all currencies, if the momentum is like this and it's been touching the resistance and it's facing a rejection, sometimes there is a very very huge drop on that pair actually.
yeah, but what I have seen and noticed, the Japanese economy is very strong, and they keep the Japanese yen, in balance. They don't allow it to go too high or too low. So if you are seeing these prices, being rejected so many times, maybe it's because of the central banks, or their industries, or exports and all these things. They just want to keep it in balance. So but at the end of 2018, I'm expecting it to cross around, like 118 and above.
But what do you think within the week? I think it's gonna be trading between within the week. I would say it would be trading between uh,
Well, if you see,
115 and 113.
if we can just see the weekly chart, in weekly it's just the sideways, the market is just moving sideways. So anything is possible actually, but if we are expecting the US dollar actually to get stronger, in that view we can see a bit bullish move in JPY.
Yeah.
Okay, so we move to the next pair, and it's my favorite, USD Swiss franc. I know in our group, many people are not familiar or not trading as much as I'm doing, but it's again, I hugely like recommend, like Japanese yen and Swiss franc, because they have a very strong political governments, and their economies are in very good shape. So many people like to go with the safest currencies, and I would say Swiss franc and Japanese yen are the most safe currencies to trade with. Although that's why these are a bit slower. They move very slowly. But
But yeah, the Swiss economy, the Swiss against the dollar move very slowly. But when there is a movement, it's a very nice moment, and we can catch up to very good number of pips, like 40 to 50 pips in one trade.
yeah, and the other thing is, like, you don't get, like, your account doesn't get blown away, because it moves almost like 60 to 80 pips per day. So even if the market is against you, you can still survive. So
True,
it's not
true.
that, yeah, wide.
But I can see a bullish momentum as of now. Uh,
Well,
Kind of not bullish. I'm sorry, my apologies, but it's
yeah.
kind of sideways, isn't it, from last couple of days?
Yeah, but it's trying for the last few days, to go up, and maybe, well, it's also correlative to the US dollar index, but still, we can see some, it's not very good, like a speedy wave up or down, but still, it's I would say, because of the US dollar gain, we are just repeating this again and again, but because the US
Actually,
dollar is,
whatever we are discussing is against the US dollar, and we are kindly kind of focusing on any currencies
yeah,
with US
yeah,
dollar.
yeah.
So
So I expect that the USD Swiss franc can go up in the next week, and
sure.
but we I don't have a very clear view about it, but let's hope. If it moves well. So, Mr. Asit,
I would say it will have a bullish momentum for next week. It's if it makes a inverted upward inverted candle, I do expect an upward trend actually.
We can just confirm with the weekly chart actually. If we go to the weekly chart, here it is. So
Mm,
here you can see it's a very small resistance, but still you see if you can just look
but
back.
technically, I would say on short stick oscillator, it's the average is moving down, and then it may take a momentum upwards.
Yeah,
So next week,
yeah.
I would say I would summarize it as an upward momentum, and you know, it's
Mhm.
going to be an upward momentum.
Okay. So, Mr. Asim, I would also like to add few things for our viewers and those who are in our group. I would like to recommend that they all of them they use tradingview.com. Normally, what we do that we trade from our mobile phone or even from our laptops. We just see the candlesticks in MT4, but you don't really get the clear picture. So if you all of you start, and you can start any actually charting software, but I would highly recommend TradingView. So it will be very helpful for you. Even we are very open, we expect from all of you. You can send us your suggestions. Even in the group you can even discuss very openly, or if we are wrong, like we are never 100% right, so you can
Actually, the
also.
market is never, it's our analysis, the way the market may move.
Yeah,
It's something that we are 100% correct. If we were 100% correct, every analysis, if they were 100% correct, they would have been top of billionaires from the
yeah,
market. So,
yeah, yeah.
uh,
Excuse me, Mr. Asim. One more thing I want to clarify very loud and clear, that many newbies they think like if they get a signal, it's 100%, and they will take a bigger lot size, and they are more, they believe more in us or any other signal providers. Please don't do this. Whenever you get a signal, you do your own diligence. You see the chart again. Maybe you can see it's not the right time. You can even tell us it's not right entry, so we can also learn from you, or we can modify our entry points or the TP or the SL. So please never, you can take anybody's signal, but never trade blindly. Do your own diligence, please, and always trade with the smallest lot you can afford. So that's it, Mr. Asim. Back to you.
thank you, Sajad. Everyone, we will be back. We are expecting to have some daily analysis on similar uh,
Pierce.
pairs against the US dollar, but we are planning, me and Sajad, we are planning to give you. But of course, if you are subscribing to our channel and you are online with us on our webinars on daily and on weekly basis, it's our courage to be online for you guys and to give you a very, very nice idea. So I would ask you, if you have not subscribed to our channel and you are just watching our channel for the first time, our webinar for the first time, please do subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned and give it a thumbs up. If you don't like, give us a dislike as well. There's a dislike button. Give us your suggestion in the comments board as well, and we welcome any positive or negative suggestions against us. We have a YouTube channel, we have got a Telegram and a WhatsApp group. Do subscribe, join our channel, and we will share our ideas daily and weekly as well, and monthly. Thank you so much for getting in touch with us. Thank you so much, Sajad, for being here with us
Okay.
and giving us the opportunity for all of us to have some learning opportunity from this small webinar. It was our first webinar. So hopefully the next week webinar, we will be doing much more better on it, and we will be giving you much more precise section and much more better analysis of the prices. So thank you so much for watching us. Have a good trading week. Take care. Bye for now.